Today, we are having an eminent guest in Mr. Srinivas Rao, yes, for the guest lecture titled Strategies or Tips for Becoming a Successful Entrepreneur and Startup Founder. Our guest is actually a founder and also an entrepreneur, so he will be in a better position to explain most of the strategic perspectives related to becoming an entrepreneur. Mr. Srinivas Rao is the founder and CEO at Super Mount Pack Pvt Limited, founder and managing director at TekVac Heat Treatment Services Private Limited, managing partner at STEC Engineers. He is also a chartered engineer by himself and is a member of Institute of Engineers in. So he's an alumnus of UVCE. He has gotten his master's degree in UVCE, and he has his bachelor's degree from MS Ramaya Institute of Technology. He is here with us to share his views and skills related to administration and business management, and also he would share definitely the strategies associated with entrepreneurship. So I hereby welcome Mr. Srinivas Rao on behalf of IBA and all the members and stakeholders associated with IBA.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
And yeah, please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
I don't think I would disturb you in between.
No, not really. Not really. Please go ahead. Please carry on.
Thank you very much, Professor Narendra Babu, for your introduction. And I can see a lot of students who have joined here. Happy to be associated with them today. And I thank the Indus Business Academy for giving me this opportunity, and Professor Dr. Nandish Reddy and Nandish Rematsori, he is a close friend of mine. We are all associated in certain programs, and it's my pleasure to share with you whatever I have learned in my practical experience in my lifetime as an industrialist. So anyhow, the introduction has been already done. Maybe can I share my screen now?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Please, you can.
Okay. One second. Yeah, can everybody see the screen? Is my screen
yes, sir.
visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible,
yes, sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, today we will just go through the strategies or tips for becoming a successful entrepreneurs and how to become this startup founder. See, I am basically a mechanical engineer. I finished my engineering at MS Ramaya Institute of Technology, and then I did my MTech in UVCE. And I have worked in various industries, engineering industries, before entering into my business line. Then we started an industry called Super Mount Pack Pvt Limited, where we are into electronic components, packaging, products manufacturing, where we supply all our products to all component manufacturers. And this was started in 2007. And then in 2015, we started TekVac Heat Treatment Services Private Limited. This works is in Chennai and office is at Bangalore. And this STEC Engineers is just started about 3 years back. And we are into CNC machining line here. And I'm also owning a proprietary concern called Shree Electronics, where we do some trading of some of the electronic and electrical items. So this is my short introduction. And today's agenda. First, let me share my journey with this four companies, and based on my practical experience. Then we can have the question and answers from any of the students. So I have already told about my this one. So first, to start with, how do you start? How do you, once you get an idea that the business has to be started, you should have something in your mind, that you should have some product or some services. So to proceed further, to do your business. So that product, whatever you have, the product or the services, it should fit into the market. The market should require the product, what you are thinking, and it should be a very highly saleable in the market. And whatever the problems which is faced by the market, there should be a solution from your side. If you are a solution provider or a service provider, you should give solution to the problems which are faced by the market. Then only that product or services will fit rightly into the market, and the customer will come to you for your product or services. So the main thing here we say is the best customer service is the key to success. And first thing is you should identify the needs of the market, and then you can fulfill it. So once you have the product or service, whatever you want to get into, then how do you proceed? Just if you have a product or service in your mind and you cannot just do something. So firstly, you should develop a very good business plan, which your ideas has to be put into the paper, and then you should have all this 5 Ws and 1 H, what we say here, 5 wives and 1 husband principle. So what is this business plan? It is all, you can also call it as a detailed project report of your business. For the main thing is, what is your product or services? What are your priorities? That is the first thing you should mention in your business plan. And where will you be operating your business? What is the place of your business? And how you want to take your business in about 5 years of time? When will your business operate? When you're going to start your business? See, the main thing is when the business, the date of business starting, and then from there, how will you take the business in 5 years? That is very important. That's what the business plan has to be mentioned, because anywhere you go and show your project report or a business plan, that's what they ask. So how is your product, where it is saleable, and who is your customer, and what is the market value for that, why the people should buy your product or services. That is main important. Who is your target segment? See, this is, and who is your competition? You also should equally consider your competitors while you are getting into your business. How you can become successful even with lot of competitions. Today is a very big competitive world. So in this competition, how you can succeed in your business, and how will the day-to-day operations be run? How will you deal with, this is very important. How will you deal with unforeseen emergencies? While you're doing your business, you may get into a lot of unforeseen emergencies. And how do you deal with all those things? It's a risk factors. How do you handle it? So these are the things you should put it in your paper and the documented as a business plan. And then if you take this business plan and show it to somebody, some financier or a bank or somebody, then they will go through everything. And then if they think that this is really workable, and then also they will see your background, what experience you have for making this business in a right way. Then definitely the banks or the financial institutions will consider to help you out. So secondly, you should always be very frugal. Frugal in the sense, see, you should do your expenditure, you should spend your money for whatever it is necessary only. Because what usually I have seen in my practical experience, once they start the business, they usually people look for a very posh office space, very luxurious chair, very luxurious vehicles, and initially itself they plan to go with all those things. If you're a very good successful entrepreneur, all these things comes with you automatically. You don't need to go for it. It will come to you. Sorry, just a second. Yeah. And see, whatever you means, whatever expenditure you are doing for your business, you should know that how your purchase will contribute to the success of the business. That is very important. Whatever expenditure is done in your organization, that should contribute to the success of the business. This is very important. And here we say always aim to do more with less, spend less and earn more. This is the principle. And look for ways to reduce costs. See, this is nowadays the competition has become so much, especially in manufacturing industries. Today, the component price is, for example, 10 rupees. The next year, the customer will ask you for 9 rupees. One side, all your expenses will be going very high. It will be skyrocketing. And at the other side, the customer will ask you for a discount of 1 rupee or 10%, 15%, whatever is the thing. So how do you reduce your cost to produce your product at the customer required price? This is very important. Next thing is, see, you should be a continuously means educating yourself. You should see this is very important because mm, you should be a voracious learner. You can attend live seminars or classes online. And there are a lot of online facilities nowadays, and a lot of organizations are conducting very good management programs. So you can attend that. And the main thing we recommend is the reading of books. There are beautiful books, very good books for means to know about entrepreneurship. So it is very much required for anybody to get a good knowledge of becoming a successful entrepreneur. And here you can see, according to the Global CEO survey, Fortune 500 company CEOs read 50 to 60 books a year. So you can imagine. So how the reading of books is necessary for becoming a good entrepreneur. And see here, we can also see that observing how they solve problems can give you tips on resolving your quandaries. See, what happens is maybe you can see what problems they have faced in their lifetime of their business. So how they have come out of the problems, how they have solved, what are the solutions. So they have found out. Definitely you will get some knowledge with that so that you can get into that and understand in such situations what you can also do. And this is build a winning team. See, this is one main heart of the organization where you should be a team player always, and you should always have a good team with you. See, here we say behind every successful business is a reliable and competent team. And without a competent team, it's very difficult to do everything alone in your business. So having a very good team with you is always better to achieve your goals. And here, the main thing is as soon as you start your business, you should always have somebody who should be very highly responsible for taking your sales. First thing is sales are the lifeblood of every business. So main thing is if you uh, concentrate on sales growth, then everything will happen automatically. Sales is the first thing you should concentrate, and then so for that you should have a right person who can do better sales in your organization, and also the person whom you are recruiting should be able to take multiple things for greater efficiency. He should be able to handle multiple challenges, multiple departments. He should be able to work in multiple departments, and he should be able to do multiple things for the producing good results. That is one of the key factor here. And see here, the thing is definitely every person is different, and every person will have his own skill, and it is not that the people should. No, if there are 10 people, 10 people should have the same skills. No, 10 people will have different skills, and all the skills should be utilized in a very positive way. It is with the CEO of the company or the managing director or the proprietor of the company, how you make use of the better skills of the people whom you have with. The next we'll go. Don't ever take no for an answer. See, definitely as an entrepreneur, we face a lot of failures. So it is very, very normal to have failures in any business line. So whatever knockbacks or refusals you receive, so you should be prepared to dust themselves down and find an alternative route to reach the goal. This is very important. So it is very normal to get a lot of refusals. Yeah, see, as soon as you start an industry, you just go to anybody and ask for some orders that you have started a new industry. Definitely, you will not be put the red carpet. So you may have to go and beg them for 10 times. So definitely you should not get bogged down for all these things. You should have a thick skin, what we say in marketing language. You should have a very thick skin, and you should try until you succeed. This is the tenacity which is required to take a business idea so and transform into a profitable business. And here you can see fear of failure is one reason that many entrepreneurs fall by the wayside. See what happens, many people think that if I start a business, I can become very rich. It is not so easy. Every business will have lot of challenges, and you will have to work very hard for making any business a successful one. So failures will always be there. Every day there will be a learning process. It's a learning process, and every day there will be a success and failure, and you should always take the failure and take it in a positive way and move forward. This is the uh, thing you should keep in mind always, that you cannot think as once you get into business you can means everything will be very positive and everything will come in your way whatever you think. No, that is not the one. So you should be prepared to take the failures, and you should learn from the failures. How why failure has come, what mistake has been made, what mistake has led to this failure, and what you can take from that failure, and you can learn from that, and you can take it, you can do some innovation so that that same failure doesn't happen again. See, everybody does makes mistakes because we all are human beings. So all entrepreneurs inevitably make mistakes. So definitely it is not that all successful entrepreneurs means they have not made any mistakes. Unless you make mistakes, you don't learn. So definitely anybody can make mistake, but the only thing is the important thing is you own your failures and take full responsibility for the knockbacks and move forward quickly. Next, we'll move on to the learn from the best. Here, see the very best entrepreneurs over time work with other experts in their industry before going it alone. Here, I say, before entering into any business, it is always better to work somewhere, get some experience, have some mentor to get into the business. Always, it is always suggested that you should have a good mentor to always be behind you to teach so that you can take the lessons from the mentor whenever you are in trouble and then learn from him. So see, it is what happens is if there is a good mentor, definitely he'll be always a supporting factor for you when you are down with your failures, when you are psychologically down with a lot of any problems in your industry. So definitely the mentor will always be very helpful at that time to support you and you can move forward with that. See, as I told you earlier, even the mentors, see, mentor means definitely we are all human beings. We would have made a lot of mistakes in business ourselves, but equally that makes them perfect person to learn from, giving you the chance to understand where they went wrong. That is very important. So whatever mistakes we have done earlier, then the mistakes, what went wrong, where we went wrong, and what is the thing, what we have learned from that, and how we have rectified it, and how we have moved forward. That when you come to know from your mentor, that will give you a very good lesson how you can avoid doing mistakes and how you can proceed further. Stay hungry and ambitious. Here you can see running a successful business is not an ego trip for successful entrepreneurs. Once you become a successful businessman, you would have undergone a lot of hardship. You would have worked very hard. And it is means becoming a successful entrepreneur means it's not an just you have achieved everything in your life. No. And once you become complacent in life, you cannot achieve anything. You should have a desire to grow and provide better product or services to the customer. You should always be hungry and ambitious. Once after 5 years, you should have some goal, and after 10 years, you should have something different goal, bigger than this. After 15 years, you should make your goal bigger and bigger, and you should always be hungry for business, and you should always be ambitious. Then only the growth take place in your organization, and you can grow, and everybody in your organization grow. So, as I told you, once you become complacent, once the entrepreneur stops wanting to learn, you think the moment the complacency sets in, so definitely it will allow others to take over you, and definitely you will not be in the forefront and you will go somewhere behind. Hello, am I going fast?
No, sir.
No, sir, no, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir, no, sir. It's completely all right, sir.
No, sir.
You know, you can anytime disturb me in between because the main thing motto is that you should understand.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Sure, sir.
Sure, sir. We will.
Next is, See, here we say never stand still, evolve with the times. See what happens. I'll give you my personal experience. I was the major vendor to Nokia when Nokia was in Chennai. Nokia was one of the biggest factory they had in Chennai in the whole world. Chennai factory was one of the biggest in the world. But where they are today, I was the main supplier to them. See, the thing is, they didn't update themselves. So, what we should learn from these stories, it is very important. When Micromax, the Indian company who was manufacturing the mobile, when they came out with two SIMs mobiles, Nokia told when I was attending the seminars, they told that these two SIMs technology doesn't work in mobile. But today, if you see any mobile, any Android mobile, it will have minimum two SIMs. So this is the customer requirement. So this is what they should have also worked for that. Nokia was one of the finest mobile we have seen till today. You can ask anybody in the market. But where they are today, now they are struggling to enter the mobile market. So this is what happens when you don't get updated yourself, and when you don't update the processes, when you don't change the technology, what is required. So you will go behind somewhere and you will not be even seen. So the customer needs are to be seen. You should have always eyes on the market, what market needs and what has to be done in your organization, so that you will meet the requirements of the customer and the market always. Because as you have seen, even if you want some more example, where is the ambassador car today? Where is the Fiat car today? Nowhere in the market. So these are all the stories when we see. So we know we can easily see that they didn't update. For example, Java bikes. Java was one of the good bikes we had in our India. So where are they today? So these are all the examples we can see. They didn't update themselves, so they are not to be seen in the market today. And next one is inspire those around you. So as I told you earlier, you should always be a team player. So this is highly important in running an organization. And if you think that I am the owner of the firm and whatever I say people should listen, and whatever way I want everything has to go, it doesn't work like that. So you should be a team person. You should first keep aside your ego, and you should always give respect to the people's thinking, because every person will have his own knowledge, and we cannot keep aside anybody's knowledge, because sometimes somebody's knowledge will come to use. So this is what we should keep it in our mind. And as from past 30 years, I'm in the industrial field, and now my two private limited companies, we are three directors. And I think I don't have to tell much more than this. In today's world, running an industry with two partners is very difficult, because each person's opinions, each person's mentalities will be different. But it all depends on you, how you get along with your people, how you take the industry together with the people, then definitely you will become successful. So here, see, here we say the real skill is not only hiring the best people team to support you. It's about hiring people who share your vision and passion. They should work. You should make them understand, and so that they should work towards the goals of the company, so that your vision and passion is met. And here, by inspiring and investing in your team, not only will they succeed, but the business also will grow. This is what when we go with the team. And the very, very important part, you should, as the startup business people should understand, entrepreneurship is not a corporate job like 9 to 5. It is a full-time 24/7, 360, no holidays, no mobile switch off after 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. You may get your call at night 12 o'clock if you're running your business 24 hours. You should get up and go at night 12 o'clock and see what is the problem the employees are facing, what organization is facing. That's how the business is. Any business, to run the business in a successful manner, you should always be alert 24/7. So irrespective of the holidays, festivals, you should be able to work and you should contribute your time full time so that you become successful. This is very, very the most important factor. You should keep it in your mind. Otherwise, it's very difficult to take the business up. So see here, we say nothing happens overnight. It must be founded on a well thought out and clearly articulated business plan that defines the goals and functions of the business. See, what happens is everything should be there in your business plan. Your business plan should contain all this, all whatever ideas you have in your mind, how you want to run your business, from where you are getting money, how you are getting the customers, who are all your customers, where is the market, how will be your sales. So how you are going to run the industry, what is your process, how do your day-to-day operations, how it is going to run. Everything should be there in your business plan. Without a business plan, simply if you want to do something, no, you cannot do. And especially you cannot run an industry. So the business plan is very, very important. So you should give the preference to make your ideas, put it onto your paper so that you can, means everything will be available on it. And here we say build your network is equal to net worth. See, this is also important. You should have a good network of people around you and you should build your network especially. So you should be with some business people, and where the associations are there, maybe you should become member of some business associations. You should become member of some industry associations. So from which you will get a lot of knowledge, so that you can attend a lot of seminars, you can get a lot of information about the government policies, everything. See, nowadays it is not so difficult like earlier. So we need to go to the office, government offices, and get the information. Nothing like that. Everything is available in the fingertips, and everything is available once you become a member of any organization or any government industrial association. You will get each and every information about the government policies, government facilities, what facilities are there for small scale industries, what financial means help they are giving from the government side. Everything will be there. So it is very important to have your good network. You can see here, Minister of MSME, Government of India data, this is 2020. 90% of the business in India is by 1.5 crore MSMEs, that is the small scale units, micro and small scale units. And you can see 90% is not a small figure. Only 10% of the business comes from the very big multinationals and very big industrial sectors, because all big sectors get the work done from the small scale industries only. So that's how the business from the small scale industries is very huge. The contribution from the MSMEs is very huge, and it means it's the MSME sectors. You can say 1.5 crore is not a very small figure in all the states, if you take. And the contributions are very huge because in the big sectors, multinational sectors, everything can't be done. So a big industry cannot have all the processes with them. So they need to depend on the small sectors who can give services to them, and only the finished products can be handled by the big sectors. And also one more thing, you can see 45% of the forex earnings by India is from MSMEs. So this is the data. And the negative part of it means it is not that you should not frightened by this, get frightened by this. Research by Harvard Business School professor Mr. Shikhar Ghosh shows that up to 75% of the startups fail. I'll come to that why. Okay, 75% of the startups fail. Another study conducted by US Small Business Administration Office of the Advocacy shows that just over 22% of small business fail within 1 year of being launched. Within 1 year. And also while nearly half fail within 5 years. That means you can, the totally it became almost 75%, the here also, 72% yearly. So it is very important, as I told you, to have a very strategic, very planned business plan, and you should have a very strong market knowledge, and you should have a good experience how to run a business. How you will get business means, that is why I told you should have worked somewhere before entering into the business. You should get the experience. You should know what product you are going to handle. So that counts a lot here. So without that, just you want to start some business without having any knowledge of the market, any sales knowledge, customer knowledge, where it is used, and definitely the failures will be more. But definitely the 25% of the successful business. So there we have to learn a lot of things from there.
ఇప్పుడు మీ సీనియర్స్ పరిస్థితి అయితే వాళ్ళకేమో తగిలే అంతే కూర్చొని కావాలి ఆఫ్లైన్ కష్టం మరి ఫేస్ టు ఫేస్.
So guys, quiet please. Can you just
కొడుతున్నారంట
mute your microphones, please? Please mute your microphones, please.
Yeah, I think that's all from my side, and thank you very much for this opportunity. And I wish everyone a good success in their life, and whoever wants to do business. So just study well, go through some books, and do your homework very well, and then maybe you can take the advice of some experts in the field and then move forward. So I am ready to answer any of your questions. Please feel free to ask any questions, whatever you want.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me, please.
Hello, Shivam this side. So first of all, I want to thank you for sharing your experience and knowledge with us. It's really insightful. So my question to you is, sir, we have seen different kinds of entrepreneurs, and I have met especially the two kind of entrepreneurs that stood out for me. Is the one, first of all, that says that don't focus on your customers because your customers don't know what they want. Instead, try to surprise them. Like for example, we had Steve Jobs who introduced smartphone, like iPhone, who introduced iPod. And the whole world at first, even when he introduced iPhone, the CEO of Microsoft, Steve Ballmer, he laughed at the idea. He said that it's not possible, it will fail. But we now know that iPhone is a norm now. The touchscreen phones are norm. And there are other kind of entrepreneurs who say that keep a close eye on your customers, try to focus on their problems and needs. So according to you, what do you think? Which one of them is right? So that's my question, sir.
Okay. See, mainly today, as you only told, iPhone is very successful in the market. It doesn't mean that they didn't know what the customer wanted. They didn't look at the customer, but definitely they had guessed. They had an idea this is going to work and customer needs all this. So definitely having those ideas only they would have come up. Otherwise, as I told you, so without having good technology and good facilities in the phone, iPhone won't have become successful. Today iPhone is loved so much because it has everything, and mainly the security of with the iPhone is very strong. So they knew that the security is very important to the customer, and customer will definitely love to have that security. That is why they have made. And I don't know if they are telling that don't see customers. No, we say customer is the god in our business. If the customer, whatever you make in your organization has to meet the requirement of the customer, otherwise you will nowhere be in the market. So because whatever we, as per my practical experience from 30 days in 30 years in the industrial field, if you don't look at the customer requirement, definitely you do whatever you want, definitely it will not serve the purpose of the market.
Sir, but according to you, like I have seen and I've heard them personally, like they used to say that your customers don't know what they want and try to surprise them. So, do they mean try to first know what they want and then try to do something out of the box? Do you mean that?
No, see, the thing is surprising them with a uh, much more than what is present now. That is different.
Okay.
Definitely, who doesn't want? If you are
Yeah.
having a Maruti 800 and if your father or somebody gives you a Benz car, you may not ask for it. But suddenly, as a
Exactly.
surprise, if you get it, definitely you will have an inside feeling that you want something more, isn't it? So
Yes,
naturally,
sir.
you will accept it. That is the
Got it,
way.
sir.
See, for example, even laptops nowadays, you know that laptops used to come with 4 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB. Now the mobiles comes with 16 GB, isn't it? So who doesn't want 16 GB in laptop or mobile? So everybody wants that. Customer has not asked for it,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? So, but that is the requirement of the customer. So if you give much more than what is present in the market, definitely the customer accept. If you make a superior product in your organization than what is present in the market, customer may not have asked you, but if you take it and show it to him, he will never go to anybody other than you. That is what the market is.
So then, can you please explain why, I gave the example of Steve Jobs or when he was introducing iPhone, why at the same time there were other big company CEO, why were they disagreeing? I mean, they were their competitors, right? And they must have done their research too. So why would they come to a different conclusion? I mean, what according to you were the reasons?
I think I already gave an example of Nokia. This is my
Yes, sir.
personal experience. I was in the seminars and conferences with Nokia people when I was being part of the supply chain to them. So openly in the conferences, they used to tell Samsung will not succeed. Micromax will never succeed in their mobile market. Today, what has happened? Definitely, see, that is why we say that you should always take the advice from others and you should never think that you are always right what you are doing. So see the market always, what is upcoming and what is the requirement of the future. Today, the market may not need something, but for tomorrow, market may need something else. So you should always work for tomorrow's market, not today. Today it will be over. Tomorrow, what customer needs, if you're keeping it ready, then only that product will be useful, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Got it, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
yeah. Anybody else? Anybody can ask me the question, please. You should come out with the questions.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, about your company, sir, Super Mount Pack Private Limited.
Hmm.
Sir, my question is, sir, how did you come up with this means product, sir? Basically, what happens like in suppose in automobile industry, if I take the example, sir, we have many different brands of cars and they out there. We have different oil companies are there who are supplying oil to the car. So right now, what is going to happen in the coming next 10 years? These oils are not going to be feasible because we are going to have electric cars. But the nut bolt companies, which are the auxiliary industries of automobile industries, they are going to remain there forever because it is going to be needed. Nut bolts are needed irrespective of whatever the fuel or electric through electricity car is going on or through fuel car is going on. So they are in that segment which is never going to be impacted uh, in the form of business. And sir, in your business also, the 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 product which you are delivering, which is it is in association with the packaging, right? Packaging of electronic products and something like that.
Yeah.
So it is also going to be required at all times. So what I can gather from here is you might face some competitors, some more competitors in future. But sir, uh, in this segment, like the nut bolts industries, which are going to be there forever, they are not going to be disrupted. And in your case also, the packaging of these electronic products and cables and all, these are going to be there because it secures the product. It secures the product. So, sir, how exactly you came up with such an idea? And sir, so how means and how to gather such a business idea, sir? Means entrepreneur idea, which can attain monopoly in the market.
Okay. You asked me the root of my business. Okay. Uh, See, the thing is, there are so many products. Even today, I am importing a lot of items where it is not available in India. Very simple products which are not even manufactured in India even today. Maybe I don't know why it is not manufactured, why people have not looked into it. Because even though very good market is there for some of the products, nobody has entered into it or nobody is manufacturing where I am importing some of the items. So definitely, if we look at it, because I myself wanted to enter into one of the item manufacturing, and we have delayed it due to this corona and COVID, which has affected all our business plans and eaten away all our finances. See, the thing is, this product, especially where when we started, before we started, uh, one of my partners, he was in Singapore for some time, and he was working for this type of product manufacturing company. And what happened was he came back to India and he shared with us that this type of industry is nowhere in India. But we didn't take that information so easily and we didn't hurry up. We have made a survey for about 1 year. How this really is this product has got the demand in India and are we going to survive? So after means up to 1 year, after working for 1 year, then while working, we almost approached many of the electronic industries where this product was being used. And then even though they told, okay, you can start, we'll take from you, but we have faced a lot of challenges and many of the things were being imported from China. We had to compete with China, and today also I am competing with China. And the thing is that definitely you will have a lot of challenges and the product. See, one more thing is even today we are ahead of the market potential. Today also, I don't have so much potential in the market what I am capable of in this segment. So that is the thing, because we were expecting some more electronic component manufacturers to come to India, and government of India is working very, very hard to get some of the good manufacturing industries, but still the work is going on, and we are also waiting and looking forward for the companies to come in. So we are ahead of the market, but the problem is when I entered the market, there were two competitors to me, and they were both not Indian companies. One is a Singapore company and one was a Malaysian company. Today, I am the only one who is alive in the market. And as I told you, because of their strategies, business strategies, because of their business plans, they have washed out of the market. And I'm happy to say that I am successfully, I am healthy in the market, serving all over the country in this segment. So this segment, what we say is there is a very big potential. Only the component manufacturers comes to India. And this product, especially, it is very difficult to because because this is a volumetric. This takes lot of space when you pack it, and weight is very less. So exporting is very difficult, but definitely you can supply to all MNCs, and you can call this as a deemed export. You can make it as a deemed export and supply. What we are also doing that. And the product, that's how we got into this product. But we have done a lot of modifications in the process, and we have built our own machines. It is, see, some of the machines we imported, some machines we have built ourselves in our organization with the help of some of the hardware people and automation people. That's how we have moved on, and we have faced the challenges of the pricing, as I told you, competing with Chinese prices and all. So that's how we are surviving in the market today.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Am
sir.
I
Thank you so much.
am I clear, or if you have doubt, I can clear it.
No, sir. Sir, I was very intrigued by these auxiliary segments. Basically, you like nut bolt industry, they are also not the front bearer of the automobile industry. They are in the back. But
I'll come to you. See,
yes,
nut bolt industry, as you told, that is fine. It is always required, but everybody can't get into that line because the competition is so huge, so huge. And I'm also into CNC machining field. My industry name is STech Engineers, where we face cutthroat competitions. You know, the prices are talked in paisa, not in rupees. Okay. So that is where the competition levels are today. So you should, when you are getting into the business, you should get into some product where you have good price in the market and long-term demand is always there. So better get into some good business where competition is there also. There is absolutely no problem, because unless the competition is there, the business strategies, you will not make good strategies to grow. But at the same time, the product should be good, where the people are ready to give some good price. That's what you should look into. So if you want to do something where everybody is doing, so definitely that is not the good idea.
okay, sir. Thank
Am I
you. Thank you,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any more questions?
There was one question which I think was sent by Raj. He says, my question is, why is Zomato and Paytm still being part of loss-making company offering and sprinkling a lot of expenses on marketing advertising? So any suggestions to this?
Sir, can you come back again?
Yeah, the question is something like, why Zomato and Paytm which are actually startup companies, but they're big enough, still being part of loss making.
Yeah.
And still they are sprinkling a lot of money. They are wasting away a lot of money on marketing and other promotional activities.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on this? Zomato and Paytm.
Yeah. In the same line, if you can see, if you go to some malls, there are so many showrooms which will be there, but if you see the business, there won't be any business going on there. Very, very less business. If you go to some phone showrooms in any mall, or if you go to some garment showroom like Louis Philippe or something, so just showroom will be there. One or two people may go there and come out. There won't be much business there. So these are all the strategies of the company for to have their presence in each and every place of their product, so that their product is available everywhere. But there are so much losses from the units, from especially from malls and all, because I have personally discussed with especially these garment showroom people, and they means the business is very, very negligible, because if you go to mall and go to Louis Philippe showroom or some pantaloon showroom or something, the sales are very, very less. So the presence is required for them, and not they don't look at the sales, but at the same time they'll make the earnings in some other sectors, and they'll be putting the money here. As a company, Zomato, if you see, Zomato and Paytm both, definitely, as you told, they both are loss-making company as per as officially said, and definitely they may have some very long-term plans, and they are ready. They are ready to take the losses. But when we talk about that small scales and startups, so definitely nobody can take the losses in the early stages, and we cannot grow further. So a big company can take losses for long term. Even if you take Vodafone and Idea also, they are also in loss, but they are running. But they can take thousands of crores of losses, but they don't move out. So somehow they will stay for a long time, and they will think that someday they can make it up. But definitely some of the things here still it is not very clear why they do like this. Maybe even I have to learn.
Okay. Any other queries, guys? Please go ahead. Please ask questions if you have. Okay. Is this the questions, or are there any other questions? I'll give you 10 seconds more. Fine. So, sir, it has been a wonderful session with you today. Now you spoke of multiple things. In fact, right away from starting the business in terms of why the product needs to be looked into from the market perspective, and what problems exist, and we need to provide solutions to that. Based on that, the company needs to be incorporated, or product, and then the company needs to be incorporated. And you also touched upon what needs to be looked into as far as the business plan is concerned, the 5W1H principle and 5-year goal setting strategy, and the target segment, identification of the target segment, and also the outlook of what competitors are doing. You also gave wonderful insights as to why a financial institution or a banker is required as far as a small startup is concerned, and how you need to pitch in. You need to pitch your idea in front of them, and also your own personal expertise in that field would matter a lot. Also, the fact that the concept of frugality, spending less when there is initially low revenues or low profits to sustain and also to improvise, the word is very, very important. reducing price in a continual basis, the requirement of the day, and also the competition that always makes offerings to be priced at lower prices every year. So you touched upon that, and you did tell that one has to develop the core competency and also look at reducing price. You also touched on upon the fact that entrepreneurs will have to be active learners, and they will have to look for seminars and also other learning possibilities to know about governmental facilitation, and also the currently available opportunities through seminars that one has to participate. It's also important, you suggested that it's also important to have a good team to promote your ideas and also take them forward. Also, the fact that failure is part and parcel of the entrepreneur's journey. So one has to learn to know how to listen to a no, and then how to have a positive framework with a failure situation. So being hungry is one of the hallmarks of an entrepreneur, and also being ambitious and setting goals to achieve them is something very important for entrepreneurs. Evolving with time, giving examples of Nokia, Java bikes, and also Fiat were absolutely on target, and one has to appreciate that they didn't really go with the demand of the time, and that's why they have failed. So entrepreneurs will have to have a perspective and evolve accordingly. So your thoughts on how to deal with partnerships, which are quite difficult in any circumstance or any possibility. That's a wonderful take, actually. But however, negotiating with them and going forward would definitely have a better prospect in terms of being successful as an entrepreneur. Now, you also suggested that it's not a corporate job, and one has to be on high alert at all times. So there is no time stipulation when you say you're an entrepreneur. So it's not a fancy. That's what you mentioned in a subtle way. You can't just fancy around with a word called entrepreneur, but it's a hard word. That's what you said. And lastly, you touched upon the fact that how networks can really help in promoting your business. Also, you took some questions from the students, and it has been a wonderful session with you, sir, learning from you, especially some of the very nice points which otherwise in textbooks might not be available and will not be discussed normally in the classroom situation. We thank you profoundly for being part of this guest lecture. We hear from IBA, all the stakeholders at IBA. Thank you wholeheartedly for giving your thoughts and some tips for the students who can be futuristic entrepreneurs. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. I thank especially the IBM management and Dr. Nandesh and Professor Narendra Babu yourself for giving me this opportunity and inviting me for this guest lecture. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks once again. Thank you very much.